Good luck, guys.
All the best.
All the best.
All the best.
All the best in your endeavor.
All the best of life.
All the best again.
To apply for the DAAD scholarship.
No, some are done so poorly. So you are male, and then there is a continuous reference for she's this, she's this, she's this.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your love and support. I'm back again with my second part of the scholarship. I thought of incorporating people who have successfully acquired their scholarships so that I can let people know that scholarship opportunities are real and not scam as many people know.
Hello, my name is Wisdom. I'm a PhD student studying in Benin Republic. I'm also a DAAD scholar, and I got to know about the DAAD scholarship around 6 years ago, and checking the requirements, I discovered I didn't meet one of the requirements, which was to have professional experience in my field of expertise for at least 2 years. So I had to find a way to get around that, which was either through volunteer work, an actual job, or an internship. I was fortunate to get an internship, and during this period, a PhD student informed me about this current scholarship. I looked at the requirements, I met the requirements, so I applied. It was the usual, your motivation letter, your CV, your certificate, transcript, and the likes. The only difference in my case was I had to attach a research proposal. So I did that, I applied, I waited for around 4 months, and I got a positive response. And the scholarship comes with many benefits, one of which is your tuition fees for the academic year will be paid, and you also have a monthly stipend. Aside that, you also have a research allowance, and if you're a foreigner studying in another country, you have access to a travel allowance. So it's been a wonderful journey so far, and I'm pleased to be in this program. So my advice for people trying to apply for scholarships would be check the requirements, see if you qualify, and apply. And secondly would be to, since for us most times it's quite difficult to land jobs, so having some volunteer experience or having some kind of internship experience helps a great deal. And finally, networking is quite important, especially when it comes to your colleagues. Don't lose contact with your colleagues, don't lose contact with your professors, because in the end they might be the one who would write you a recommendation letter. Yeah, so that's it from me. All the best.
Hi guys, it's Marisol Lubengo, an OKP or Orange Knowledge Program Scholar from Tilburg University in the Netherlands. I'd like to take you through my journey towards the acquisition of this scholarship. Actually, this scholarship is funded by the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs, whereby they give an opportunity to people from partner countries, Kenya being among them, to come to the Netherlands, study, gain knowledge and skills, then go back to their specific countries to implement the same. So I got to learn about this scholarship through scholarship positions back in 2019, because I remember I had started my journey towards applying for scholarship back in 2016, just immediately after my graduation. It has really not been easy, but I believe that with commitment you can always make it. So this type of scholarship is really a good one, as it caters for travel insurance, general cost of living, health insurance, and general just things to do with study. So I'd really advocate that if you really can manage to apply for this scholarship, you can really go for it, because it's a good one. So yeah, something to do with how you're supposed to apply for this scholarship. One is you need first to apply to the school or to the for specific course that you want to study. Then after getting an admission from Tilburg University, they are the ones who will now send you an email with all the requirements that you're supposed to have so that with that you'll use it to apply for the scholarship. So guys, I believe that with with the information that I'll attach in the links, you really manage to also get a chance to acquire one. It's really not so easy. Like for my case, I remember making several trips to Kenyatta University just to make sure that I go inquire from my lecturers for assistance. It was really not easy, but at the end of the day, thanks to them, they committed and even later on wrote some references for me. So if you really commit yourself, at the end of the day, you'll also manage to acquire one scholarship. Yeah, so it's, as I've already told you, just commit yourself. That is all I can say for now. Otherwise, all the best and bye bye.
Hello guys, my name is Ariel Buzera. I'm from Congo, but currently I'm in Nairobi, Kenya, where I'm doing my PhD at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology in Food Science and Technology. I'm registered under the GTA program. GTA stands for Graduate Teaching Assistantship. This program was initiated by Reform to improve the quality of higher education in Africa, and it aims at facilitating the academic mobility, which involved sending a staff member of a university to another Reform member university to be trained. So in that case, there is a sending university, there is a host university. Like for my example, I'm from Congo, from Université Évangélique en Afrique, which is now a sending university. And here in Kenya, the host university is Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. For you to be eligible for this program, you have to be a staff member from a Reform member university around Africa, and you have to be nominated by your university to be eligible for a PhD training. So you need a support letter from the sending university. You need to have a second master's degree in a relevance program. Also, you need to have an admission letter from the host university. The benefit of this program are in three parts. First, the sending university will grant you paid leave of minimum 3, maximum 4 years, but also it will provide training expenses and other training allocations. The host university will provide tuition waiver 100% and other related and administrative and training expenses. It will also provide an office space for the applicants. It will also provide accommodation for maximum 4 years. For more information about the GTA fellowship program, the link will be provided in the description. Personally, I found it a nice program, and I would advise you to go for it and apply, and all the best.
Everyone, so my name is Jivanka Mohan and I'm a PhD student from South Africa. I just completed my master's degree, and for that I had an NRF-DAAD scholarship. It was extremely hard to get the scholarship because your marks have to be really high, so you've got to have an average of above 65% for your honors degree or your undergraduate degree. You've also got to have interesting research, so your research has to be impactful, it needs to have purpose, it needs to be something that benefits the world, and if not the world, maybe like a community or something that's close to home that will make a huge impact on people's lives. So they look for research generally that is like in line with national imperatives, has impact to health and care, stuff that will greatly improve science basically. And yeah, so when we applied for that scholarship, our university had informed us and everyone had the chance to apply, to put in a research proposal, to explain your current situation, where you've come from, why you think the scholarship is for you, and how you would make use of your scholarship. So the scholarship is basically between South Africa and Germany, and it gives you the opportunity to go to Germany and do research there for 6 months. I think that's the maximum. Or you can attend the summer schools, which I did. I spent a month in Germany and I learned a lot from the summer schools there, and it was very hospitable and we had like a great time there as well. So I think it's a very beneficial scholarship. Other than that, the scholarship covers your full tuition in your home country. It covers a stipend, which would be for your meals and any other necessities you need to study. Also, it would cover your books, your printing allowance for your thesis, and like many other miscellaneous costs that you wouldn't really get from most other bursaries or scholarships. So it was really, really helpful, and it takes into account your financial status as well, because South Africa works with a system that looks at those that need money the most as well. So it's a really beneficial scholarship. I would encourage everyone that needs a scholarship to take a chance and apply for it. If you're not from South Africa, you can apply directly to DAAD on their website and look for your country's closing date to see if they offer a scholarship within your country, and give it a shot. Good luck, guys.
Hello, my name is Eddie Moni. I am currently in the United States. I've just completed my master's degree at Indiana University. I also did my undergraduate degree here at Indiana University. In August, I'm going to begin my doctorate also at Indiana University. Today, the theme is talking about how to get the opportunity to study abroad in the US or anywhere else. My opinion is that you need to have admission to the institution of your choice before you can even think about scholarship. And this is the misconception that people have. People always think that scholarships come before admission. It is the opposite. It does not matter which kind of scholarship institution is offering that. You have to have an admission letter to a university or an institution of learning before you can be considered for scholarship. Therefore, let's talk about the admission process. You need to first identify the course, the degree that you want to pursue, and then go online and identify the institution that you want to pursue it at. Then go to their website, find out the requirements. They'll usually have listed them there, and then you can even make contact with their office of admissions, and they will always reply, just to be sure that you have the correct requirements. And then you'll have to fulfill those requirements, make a formal application, and once you get admission, then that school is going to consider you for scholarship. Now, the amount of scholarship will depend on how good your application was compared to the other people who are applying during that particular year. Therefore, you can get a full scholarship, you can get half scholarship, you can get a quarter scholarship, you can get no scholarship. It will all depend on how good your application was. Other factors to consider are the placement tests like TOEFL, Test of English as a Foreign Language, GRE, and also SATs. Your scores in those placement tests will also determine how much funding you will get from those institutions. Finally, some of these scholarships, they will come in form of teaching assistantships. Some of these scholarships will come in forms of just a pure scholarship where you don't have to work for it, you'll just get the money. When you have an assistantship, you have to work for the school in order to maintain your scholarship. I hope this helps you, and I hope that your search for higher education abroad works out for you. All the best. Again, I'm Eddie Moni, and it has been a pleasure. Bye.
Good afternoon, good people. My name is Mudomi Diankolu, and I'm a Commonwealth scholar, which is another way to say I'm one of the people who have been very lucky to get a Commonwealth scholarship. That was way back in the year 2008. Now, before I got my scholarship, I had applied a number of times and missed out on the scholarship. And there are a number of things I picked out in the course of that journey that I thought if I shared them with you in this video, they may assist you to enhance your chances of getting or securing a scholarship. For you to get a scholarship, your chances are much higher when you secure an admission to a program of study in the first place. It is very rare you'll find an organization that is just dishing out scholarships to people who have not figured out. So like in my case, what I first did was to secure admission into a program of study for a master's degree in international economic law, and armed with the admission letter to the University of Warwick, I was able then to approach various organizations for a scholarship. Many universities run several fully funded or partially funded scholarships, and what many people do not know is that those universities will prioritize the award of those scholarships to students who have already secured or applied and secured admission to a course of study in their university. It is important, therefore, for you as you scout for a scholarship to find out from your background research which are the scholarships that you would be most eligible for or most likely to secure in the event you applied. A lot of times people apply for scholarships that they are not even eligible for in the first place. The other thing I learned is that some scholarships, and in fact a good number of scholarships, give priority to candidates based on their personal statements and based on their future plans after completing the program of study in respect of which they seek a scholarship. In this case, therefore, your personal statement is very important. Mistakes to avoid in that process, one of them is misstating or misrepresenting yourself in any material particular. Most scholarships have a requirement for absolute probity, absolute honesty, and transparency. The truth of the matter is that if you are eligible, if you meet the eligibility criteria, you need not overemphasize. It is my sincere hope that this brief conversation will assist you in securing your scholarship, and wishing you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rajas Onyango, a stipendium Angaricum scholar at the Commonwealth University of Budapest. I got to know about the scholarship from a friend who had actually received the scholarship to study Masters in Public Policy and Administration. This is a bilateral kind of scholarship between the Ugandan government and various countries. Kenya is one of the partners, and the application process is not that hard. Actually, it's one of the easiest scholarships to apply, having an history of applying a myriad of scholarships. So I just needed to write my motivational letter. I also needed to get letters of reference from my supervisors, that I mean by the lecturers. You can also get like a reference letter, a recommendation letter from your workplace. The scholarship gives some little token for upkeep and also accommodation. How to get this scholarship? I would just say getting scholarships needs lots of resilience, patience, and lots of input, despite the fact that at times you could be drained, getting negative results, but you need to keep on pushing further and ahead. I wish you all the best in your endeavors as you apply for scholarships. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Chemo Adrian Domitian. I'm a Tanzanian pursuing master's degree in regional integration at the Catholic University of Eastern Africa in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm under in-region DAAD scholarship, and I got to know about this scholarship from my colleague, a friend of mine who was doing the same course in the university. Previously, I had started applying for the scholarship in the UK, though it was a bit of procedures. So when I got to know about the DAAD, I had to venture to the DAAD scholarship and start applying. So the application procedures were at the university level and the DAAD level. At the university level, I had to submit the application form from the host university. I had to submit my CV, transcript of records, academic certificates. I had to submit my motivation letter as to why I'm applying for the scholarship. I had also to submit 2 reference letters from my referee or employers. At the university level, 8 names were selected for the DAAD consideration or nomination. and at the DAAD level, I had to submit my motivation letter from my employer or referee, as well as my academic certificates and transcript of records. I was nominated by the DAAD for the scholarship in Nairobi for a master's degree in regional integration, and the scholarship has several benefits, and for me, I would like to say that it has so many benefits because you are entitled for the full tuition fee, research allowance, stipend, and health insurance cover, as well as allowance for printing materials and other related issues. So other benefits are like summer school, research stay in German, which is mostly 3 up to 6 months. Also seminars, for instance, training. I went also for the training about writing and publishing course, which was for 1 week. So these are the benefits from the DAAD scholarship. For sure, DAAD is a good tech. You get to know so many people, you get so many connections, and I would like to encourage other people to apply for the DAAD scholarship. Thank you, guys.
So this is Dr. David Ngira Otieno, and I'm an ex-Commonwealth scholar from Warwick University. So I want to talk a little bit about my scholarship experience. I have a PhD from Utrecht University in the Netherlands and a master's degree from Warwick University. And my Warwick University education was funded through the Commonwealth scholarship. Now, I've been asked to talk a little bit about my scholarship experience, including application. I remember before going to Warwick, I'd applied to a couple of universities. I'd applied to 12 universities, and out of this, I got some partial scholarships, but I also got a full scholarship from Warwick and I think a couple of partial scholarships. I also got an Aga Khan scholarship, but I didn't take it up because it required partial funding and then partial bursary and I think partial funding. So I realized the Commonwealth one was much more lucrative. Now, one thing about scholarships is before you start, you even think of scholarships, you need to think about the course you want to do. And before you even think, so other than thinking about the course you want to do, you also need to think about the university you want to go to. So you have to think about the course, then you want to think about the university, then you want to think about the country because that is also very important. Now, once you've made this decision, then now you begin to explore the available opportunities in this specific country. A lot of scholarship awarding institutions want to feel like they're making a contribution to society. But then they can only demonstrate this if you can assure them that you are actually a person who can help them fulfill their objectives. What this means is you must be somebody who demonstrates some extraordinary capacities. It's not the normal having bachelor's degree or master's degree or whatever, but some other extraordinary thing that you've done. Which means as you look for scholarships, you must attend some trainings, undertake some volunteer activities, do some writing and some publications, so that somebody who is actually reviewing your scholarship application is able to test your capacities by reading what you've actually written. So once you have all this, you have some writing, even if it is a nice paper writing or a blog or whatever, or an article, then you have some experience related to what you studied or what you want to study. Then now, when you're putting on your scholarship, all this is well packaged in your CV, and then you have, of course, good grades. Then you need to also research about the university, because you need to locate the university as being central to your realization of your goals. So you say something like, this is a research-based university, and I think it would add value to my research experience. This is a highly reputational university, and I think its reputation will, you need to research something about the university and then something about the course. And you also need to demonstrate the significance of that course to your own personal development and to the development of your country. Because scholarship awarding institutions do not just want to build you as a person, they want to build your country, you know, they want to build the world. Because some scholarships have some regional objectives. Some of them have global objectives. So for instance, these ones that deal with environment, climate change, and so on, sustainable development, they tend to have more globalized objectives. But some want to see the scholarship as a means of building capacities in certain regions. And so you must demonstrate in your statement, because you'll be asked to write a statement, that you studying in that particular course and in that particular country would be central to your realization of your personal goals, but also central to the realization of regional or global goals. Excuse me. So some other thing is that you must also demonstrate how yourself, how you as a person would contribute to that country. So it's not only you taking away, it's about when you go there, what will be your contribution to the course? What will be your contribution to other students? Because that is also very important. It's not simply a takeaway. It's a more mutual and symbiotic relationship. So you also need to demonstrate what you are bringing to the table. And also you also need to indicate how non-academic environment or non-school environment would be central to you building your goals. So for instance, if you go to London, then you're going to realize that a London experience is very good for networking, global networking, because London is such a boiling point of different people and different civilizations. So when you go to London, you're going to meet like British people only. You meet like Chinese and Japanese and pretty much everybody from anywhere. Now, this out of academic networks are very good in terms of building future collaborations. And this is something you'd also need to emphasize, because you may be at a situation where you need to say why you want to do the course in London and not in your country. Because if you want to do like education, there is education here in Kenya, but why do you want to do it in London or whatever? All in all, the exceptionalism in you needs to really come out strongly. And I think you also need to show how upon finishing your scholarship, you will be beneficial to your country. Now, there are merit-based scholarships sometimes and economic-based scholarships. Now, there are certain scholarships that are awarded on the premise of merit. So they don't care how poor you are. Emphasizing how poor you are in such scholarship doesn't matter, because the key thing is you merit the scholarship. You are academically talented, or you at least can learn. Then there are scholarships that are given on the basis of you are a poor person, so you need financial support to study. So before you apply for scholarship, go read the scholarship documents and websites and see whether is this a merit-based scholarships or this as an economic scholarship. Because if it is economic, then it is tailored towards more poor people. And so in that context, academics matters, but we also need to emphasize the fact that without the scholarship, you're not able to pursue the course. So I could talk, but in a nutshell, those are some of the things you need to emphasize. Now, lastly, before I leave this video, when you ask people to do your recommendation, you need to ensure that the recommendation speak about the same things as your personal statement or application. Because what people do is you tell somebody to write your application, and your application goes towards the east, and the person recommending you writes towards the west. So what this means is, I don't know how you're going to do this, but there are different methodologies. Either you tell the person to write the recommendation and have you read it before they send it, or you send your application to the person, or you actually itemize what the person needs to capture in their recommendation. So don't just say, write for me this recommendation for this scholarship. That's not going to work. Either itemize what is needed in what specific forms, or you kind of get the recommendation before it is sent. Sometimes it is confidential, but you see, in that case, you need to ensure that you've given the person as specific information as possible, so that they don't write things that are contradicting what you yourself have written. And sometimes it may as well be proper for you to send them your own application so that they can see, and send them your CV, because sometimes they write things that are totally different from what you've written. So ensure the person recommending you is somebody who knows you very well, and if not, send them your CV so that they can know you very well, because it may be that you interacted with this person 1 year, 2 years, 3 years ago, but you've since done a lot of things, you see, which needs to be emphasized, or which, you know, needs to be highlighted. This idea of writing recommendation saying he's a punctual student, he's a hardworking student, is this, they don't sell anymore, because pretty much they can be written about anybody. So you need something that is specific to you. And what is specific to you can only be gained through some specific interaction with the person recommending you. Otherwise, it will just be those generic statements where they edit the name and then just insert another name. And sometimes, sadly, you may realize that the same letter has been submitted by somebody else in that university, only that possibly the name was changed. You know, some are done so poorly that the initials, what do we call them? The prefixes remain the same. So you are male, and then there is a continuous reference for she's this, she's this, she's this, or vice versa. So you need to ensure that you see the recommendation, or you give such tailored, specific instructions based on the scholarship requirements before this is written, or have some personal interaction to actually explain how this is done. Now, my time is up. I could speak on and on and on and on and on about this, but I hope the information I've given would be helpful towards this direction. Thank you very much.
I hope this information will be of help to you. I've attached links to official websites of all the mentioned scholarships in the description. Apply to as many scholarships as you can. Never give up, always be persistent. And thank you so much for your support. Thanks for watching, of course. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share widely, and see you in my next video. I love you guys. Mwah!